Welcome to Catholic Views. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. Today on the show, we will have Sister Eileen and Sister Lynn. They are the two Pro Ecclesia Sanctus sisters who have just recently arrived in our diocese at the invitation of Bishop Donald DeGrood. They were super fun to talk to, very joyful, lively ladies. So I hope you will stick around for that interview because I promise you will fall in love with these ladies and these nuns, sisters. Do we call them nuns anymore,
Nope.
Dr. P?
Nope.
Okay, sisters. They're going to be really fun to have around in the diocese. So first, we have Biblical Bites with Dr. B.
Yes, we do.
B.
Okay, all right. I was going to say. So, actually, real quick, Renee, because we do have a little bit of extra time. Do you know why we don't call them nuns?
I don't.
So, everyday Catholic language, women religious, almost all of them are called nuns. But technically, if we're going to be uber precise here, nun refers to a woman who is in a cloistered religious community.
Oh,
I
think I read that somewhere once.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
So, like in our diocese, the Carmel in Alexandria, the Carmelites there, cloistered, so they're always there. And only in very rare circumstances do any of those Carmelites, they're sisters as well, but those nuns, only rare circumstances do they ever leave their cloister.
So would
convent.
the Adoration Sisters be the same?
So they're semi-cloistered.
Okay.
So to be honest, that's where I'm not sure if they would technically be considered nuns or not. So sisters is the larger category. Okay. So Sister Lynn and Sister...
It'll always be okay to call them sister.
It'd always be okay to call them
that?
sisters. Yes, but the small... So the way I put it is, if you can see them, they're not nuns. Well, that's not technically true because you might be visiting their convent, the cloister. Yeah. So, FYI.
Okay. Thanks for that.
No, this is going to be...
Do you feel smarter now, Bill?
I already knew that.
Nice. So, Renee, we are now in the 26th Sunday.
Glad you said that because I would not have remembered.
It's the 26th Sunday.
Okay.
I didn't ask even this week. Do you know how many Sundays in ordinary time there are?
33?
4. So the 34th Sunday in ordinary time is actually the solemnity of our Lord Jesus Christ, King of the universe. So you know what that means? Advent is coming.
Right.
You know what that means? Christmas is coming.
Shh.
Okay.
Let's just get through Halloween first. I mean, that's the next one.
You mean All Saints Day?
All Saints Day.
Thanks.
All Hallows Eve.
So,
no, I guess I'm a bad Catholic.
Bill, do you remember anything about the gospel for this Sunday by chance?
No, I did not.
We're on the wrong day for recording this. Bill hasn't looked at the stuff yet. He hasn't looked yet.
So we might have time, but I want to take the time to read through the reading. This is Mark chapter 9, and partway through, we go from nice, happy sisters to dark Jesus.
Okay.
Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it will be better for him if a great millstone were put around his neck and he were thrown into the sea. If your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter into life maimed than with 2 hands to go into Gehenna, into the unquenchable fire. And if your foot causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter into life crippled than with 2 feet to be thrown into Gehenna. And if your eye causes, pluck it out. Better for you to have 1 eye than 2 eyes into Gehenna, where the worm does not die and the fire is not quenched.
I guess the Gehenna reading.
I have to tell you, I'm glad that he doesn't mean these things literally, because I would be just like a liver. That's like
cutting
all that
off,
would be left.
Would your liver still be left? Anyway, that's
I think that's the only thing, probably.
Just the liver, yeah. So this is where I do want to talk about Gehenna.
Okay.
But first, sometimes we have this image of Jesus. All of us do, as like a big teddy bear. Mm-hmm. He's cuddly and soft and furry, and you just want to give him a big hug. And he's so cozy and cuddly. And then we read these readings, right. or we should read these readings, because Jesus is. So this is where I love the C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. The allegorical character for Jesus is Aslan, who is a lion. And Jesus is loving, but he's also fierce. He does have mercy, but he is also powerful. Mm-hmm. Jesus is kind, but he's not nice.
He's also just.
Yes. And but not nice.
Right.
Like sometimes, yeah. Some people rightly get on diatribes about the word nice. Jesus is kind, he's meek, he's merciful, but he's also just and fierce and powerful. And he calls us to live in a certain way. He is meek and mild, but he is also, there's a book that I bought once, and it turned out it was, I don't remember the exact title, but the title was really the only thing that I got out of it. It was probably a good book.
The only good
but
thing of the book
for
was
me,
the title?
For me, that was the only thing. And it was Jesus mean and wild. Jesus mean and wild. So when we read readings like this, it's just a reminder that he's calling us to more. And yeah, I can't do it by myself, but he's not calling me to do it by myself. He's calling me to do it with him. Okay? So just for people to keep that in mind. Now, Gehenna. What's the deal with Gehenna? What is Bill, Renee, anybody know what is Gehenna?
Is it not hell?
Not literally.
No?
No. It's metaphorically hell, but Gehenna was a valley, the valley of Gehenna, the Gehenna son for Hinnom, south of Jerusalem. So it was a valley in Jerusalem. And why does it become synonymous with hell?
Was it like full of fire and wild beasts and stuff that would kill you?
So this is just where the worm does not die and the fire is not. So it's this place of suffering and torment. Why is this poor valley synonymous with a place of suffering and everlasting torment?
Was there a terrible battle there where a lot of people died?
Good, close, but not quite. So way back, centuries before Jesus. We're going back to the time that we read about in 2 Kings. This is after David and Solomon, but that far back, centuries before Jesus. There was a cult there that did human sacrifice.
Oh, well, that explains it.
And Jeremiah cursed this valley because it was the place of a cult that did human sacrifice. And over centuries, it became synonymous with just this horrible place of suffering that you do not want to go to, and neither do we want to go to hell.
Totally true. Thanks, Dr. B.
You bet.